Good evening. We interrupt regular programming to bring you breaking news and an in-depth look at stories that matter tonight. Our focus spans the heart of New York City politics and the ripple effect of a bill championed by former President Donald Trump, a bill that has dominated headlines and divided opinion across the nation. This isn't just another night of television. This is a crucial moment where local democracy meets national spectacle, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
In New York City, the municipal elections have become a stage for competing visions of governance. The race may seem confined to 5 boroughs, but the decisions made there often set the tone for broader national conversations. The city has long been a testing ground for progressive reforms, bold policing policies, and ambitious housing plans, but what we are seeing now is a push and pull between maintaining that tradition and adjusting to new realities. Voter turnout has surged compared to previous off-year contests, signaling that New Yorkers understand the magnitude of the choices before them. Candidates are not only debating crime rates and subway safety, but also grappling with climate adaptation, immigrant support, and the affordability crisis that defines life in the nation's largest city. What stands out most tonight is the way these issues interconnect. Housing affordability is not just an economic issue. It is tied to the mental health crisis, to questions of public safety, and to generational equity. Transit decisions are not just about delays and fare hikes. They influence job access, school attendance, and small business survival. These elections matter because the city has always been a laboratory of policy, and the experiments tried here often spread outward. Whether voters choose continuity or dramatic change, the rest of the country is watching. Meanwhile, on the national stage, Donald Trump's so-called Big Beautiful Bill has ignited controversy. Promoted as a sweeping piece of legislation that claims to secure borders, stimulate infrastructure, and re-energize American pride, the bill has instead revealed deep fractures in Congress and across communities. Supporters herald it as a revival of national strength, citing provisions for large-scale construction projects and increased federal control over immigration enforcement. Detractors see it as reckless, fiscally unsustainable, and harmful to vulnerable populations. The debate around this bill has become not merely a matter of policy, but a battle over truth itself. When Trump describes the bill, he uses grandiose language, branding it as historic, revolutionary, even inimitable. His allies amplify the message, framing opposition as disloyalty or weakness. Yet when economists dissect the fine print, concerns emerge about ballooning deficits, trade retaliation, and the stripping of state and municipal powers. It is a clash not only between parties, but between competing visions of governance, centralized authority versus local autonomy, spectacle versus substance. The intersection of these two stories, New York's elections and Trump's bill, cannot be ignored. The city's voters are casting ballots with the national climate in mind. Many candidates have framed themselves explicitly as a counterweight to Trumpism, pledging to shield New Yorkers from federal overreach. Others argue that pragmatism, not defiance, is the smarter path, that the city must secure federal funds and work with Washington regardless of who holds power. In this way, the local race doubles as a referendum on national politics, an echo of larger cultural struggles. What we must remember tonight is that democracy is noisy, messy, and imperfect, yet it thrives in these moments of contestation. When a city like New York debates its future, it reveals the anxieties and aspirations of millions. When a former president pushes a massive bill with both fervent support and fierce resistance, it illustrates the volatility of American politics. And when these two narratives collide on the same week, it is a reminder that the local and the national are never separate but deeply entangled. Beyond the headlines, real lives are at stake. A family waiting for affordable housing is directly affected by zoning choices made by city council members. An immigrant wondering about their future is caught in the crosshairs of both municipal sanctuary policies and federal crackdowns. A small business owner struggling with rent and taxes looks to both city regulations and national stimulus for relief. Every vote cast, every clause written into a bill, has human consequences that transcend rhetoric. Tonight's breaking news is not about personalities alone, though they loom large. It is about power, who wields it, who resists it, and who pays the price of political theater. Trump's Big Beautiful Bill represents an attempt to cement a legacy of grandeur.
Yet it also exposes how fragile consensus is in Washington. New York's elections showcase grassroots energy, but also highlight divisions between progressive activists and centrist pragmatists. In both arenas, the struggle is not simply left versus right, but vision versus reality, ideals versus implementation. As this story develops, it is worth asking, what do democracy demands from us? Cynicism is easy, disengagement tempting. But the vitality of a city and a nation depends on citizens who remain alert, informed, and involved. Journalism, satire, and public discourse exist to keep pressure on those who govern, reminding them that accountability never sleeps. That is why this breaking news matters. It is not only an update, it is a call to attention. As we close this segment, the picture remains unfinished. Ballots are being counted, alliances are shifting, and debates rage on. The future of New York's leadership and the fate of Trump's bill remain uncertain. But what is certain is the resilience of public debate itself. Through satire, through news, through the relentless churn of democracy, voices are raised and choices are made. That is the essence of this moment. And that is why we stay with this story. This has been your breaking news update. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and remember that what happens tonight in New York City and in Washington will ripple outward, shaping not only headlines, but the lives we all lead tomorrow.